Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because I finally picked up a lipstick that I have been lusting after for literally years, and that is Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Cinnabar. It's still in the package. I haven't used it yet. I've been holding off until I could film so that I could do the whole thing on camera. I have held off also on purchasing this just because Lisa Eldridge is a luxury brand. Bringing it into Canada sometimes involves duties, although I got lucky this time, no duties. And yeah, I like to be mindful about makeup as much as possible. As a makeup addict, I'm practicing mindfulness. So anyway, it seems like it could be similar to MAC Marrakesh, which I have. So I'm going to swatch it at the end, compare it. I really want to build the whole look around this lipstick and start with the lip, choose the blush, choose the eye look, and just really honor this, what looks to me like a perfect fall and winter shade. Beautiful burnt orangey red. So yeah, let's finally take the plunge and use Lisa Eldridge Velvet Cinnabar. Okay, here she is, fresh out of her box. And here's the lip shade, untouched. Oh, it looks so rich, the pigment. That's what I love about Lisa Eldridge's lipsticks, just how rich the pigments are. Here goes nothing. With intense mattes, I like to start in the center of the lip and kind of start blotting it and then building it up. Okay, here she is. It's a really pretty color. Off the bat, there's something about it that seems a little bit more muted than MAC Marrakesh, just from memory. I'll swatch it at the end of the video. Yeah, it's a touch more muted, I think, but also kind of reminds me of this shade I used to love and was discontinued from Revlon. I think it was called Really Red. Don't quote me because that might have been the replacement I found. But it was a shade of red I used to wear all the time, and there's almost like a touch of that in there too. So it's really perfectly between a red and an orange with a mutedness, but also a richness. It's very specific. So anyway, let's move on and create the look around this to really bring it to life, because without blush and stuff, it kind of looks slightly flat. I want to bring it to life. So yeah, let's think about what cheek shade to use. With a lot of oranges, I use Foxglove from Rose Inc., but this almost seems like a little bit too light. I feel like I need to honor the richness of this red. So lately I've been turning to Patrick Ta, She's So LA for like fall blush vibes. Maybe I'll mix that with something. I have also She's Baked. That could be a good match. Maybe I'll start with this, and maybe I'll even layer some more vibrant blushes on top. We shall see. That's looking to me like a good match. I mean, I usually when in doubt, go for a similar tone. If you use something different, it can also bring out different aspects of the lip. So there's so many ways you can go with it. But I'll add a little bit of She's So LA just to maybe mute it up a little bit. I'm really going for that all over blush effect, like very much like a painting. Bringing it down the cheek. Okay, I'm really liking that. It's very also like holiday ready, like a holiday red, in that it's like somehow reminds me of the coziness, I guess, of like the winter season too, instead of like the fiery orangey intensity of fall. It's like got that subdued, cozy, Christmassy vibe. I obviously started out with foundation and brows on. I'm gonna powder. I'm a little bit shiny in the center. I'm not sure yet whether to add a highlighter Sometimes with a matte lip, I really like to stick with the matteness all around. So we shall see. Maybe I'll change my mind. That alone is really, really pretty. So I definitely really want the cheek and lip to be telling most of this makeup story, but I have a couple palettes. I think I want to add a touch of something on the eye. There's the new Glaminatrix palette, which I've done a few videos on. You know, these tones are really harmonious with this, but I really don't want to go too overboard, so I don't know. I've got a melt here. Like this might be a great like neutral to wear with it. Fatally Yours from Bailey Sarian. Such a great palette for this color story. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna go in with Girl Dinner, which is right here, as the base, all over the lid. I want to blend these two shades. So we have a bit of the orange, but then like neutralizing it a little bit. I'm going to go in really lightly. I'm going to start here. Just really softly blend. I'm going to try something a touch different today in that I don't want to close off my eye in any way with like sort of shading here and making a smokiness. I want to honor something about my eye I feel like I've had a bit of trouble with lately, in that I have somewhat of a brow bone. So it's not the beautiful sort of soft hooded eye I love. So the brow bone kind of gets in the way occasionally of like getting a blend in the way I want. There's even like little bits of my eyelid here that almost like ruin the effect of a good sort of smokiness here. So what I'm going to do instead is like keep this open. So just some shading here, but like leaving this as like an open gap to extend the eye. So just shading like a little bit higher, not getting deep into the like crease, just like here. So I'm like just getting the bottom of the brow bone and yeah, just keeping the eyes open, but like adding this touch of color, touch of shading. And with any good blend, it's just a slow process. And it's almost like if I'm trying this in my makeup style for a little bit going forward, I can just really put that care into like creating this part of the eye, like not being quick about it. Like I can just add a touch more depth closer in, just spend time on it, feather it, don't rush it. To further emphasize this new sort of structure I'm playing with, I'm going to go back into Girl Dinner with a more dense brush and brighten like under the blend. Almost like a cut crease softly through the whole lid. So just like brightening right there. Really subtle, really, really subtle, okay? Taking that peachy neutral shade I've created and bringing it under the eye with a bit of particular focus right there, not going too far out. So I'm not creating any kind of like shadow here. I will still add a touch of something on the actual lash line, just really close in, tight lining with this darkest orange here. Going in with a little brush and just stamping a touch of that pigment into the lash line. It's like once I put my mascara on, it's just like barely gonna be noticeable. Then I'm going to take the Melt Waterline Pencil in Ivory. It's creamy and warm, but it will add a little bit of brightening into the waterline without being as stark as a white. So just putting a little bit of that. And since this look is really simple, I think I'd like to use a little bit of highlighter both on the eyes and on the cheeks. So going in with Rare Beauty Exhilarate, which is a soft gold. And working it into that area I've decided not to bring any shadow into. So like just brightening up into the like this part of the eye, which is something that would only be noticeable when like catching the light and moving around, you know? A little bit of it on the eyelid. I'm gonna pop off camera and do my lashes, and yeah, we'll talk about the final look. And this is the finished look with lashes. I'm really just loving this whole overall vibe. Softly, softly honoring some of these tones on the eye, but like in a lot more subtle way. And yeah, when I stepped into my bedroom briefly and checked the shade in like a different light, and it really looked beautiful, especially in this like more diffused light, less bright studio. It really like showed off its depth. And yeah, I'm really excited to like wear it out, see it in different lights and stuff. So yeah, this is a gorgeous shade. I'm gonna really have fun just seeing how I can play with it with different lip liners, maybe different looks. Now let us check MAC Marrakesh against Velvet Cinnabar. The moment of truth. So on the top, I have MAC Marrakesh, and on the bottom, Velvet Cinnabar. And this is so interesting because when I was looking down, not the direct light, Cinnabar looks a little bit more like you can see the muted terracotta-y red, and MAC Marrakesh looks kind of more orange. Then I hold it up to the brighter lights, and it's almost like the opposite. They're like playing really interestingly, like in different kinds of lights. There's obviously a lot of similarities there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say like MAC Marrakesh. How do I explain this? Maybe it's just a little bit more vibrant in some ways. Like I said, at its core, this has a mutedness that whether it's pulling more orange or pulling a touch more like deeper terracotta soft red, it has just a little bit more mutedness. I don't know how else to describe it. It's really bizarre, actually, this sort of play of the different lights. So yeah, if anybody's been curious, there's just a sort of tonal difference there, whereas the shades really are kind of similar, like the color, but the tone and the depth is where you see the difference. And different formulas, of course. I love Lisa's formula because it's like a matte yet somehow like creamy, almost dusty in a way. My friend put it interestingly, almost like you ate a powdered donut, and that feeling of the powderiness of the donut, it almost has a touch of that quality, a pillowy softness. So that's what kind of really stands out about Lisa's formula. So anyway, very excited to keep wearing this lipstick over the coming months. Beautiful time of year. And guys, I just went on a bit of an orangey lipstick buy because I also picked up Melt, as one of you pointed out, had released this shade of lipstick that was from their Nightmare Before Christmas collab, and it was called Pumpkin King, and it apparently was such a hit. They put it as part of their core line renamed Pumpkin. Haven't opened it yet either. And then while I was at it, since I was placing an order from Melt, I also picked up Mum. So I have 2 more oranges. I'm going to do another video just like trying these out kind of in comparison to Cinnabar and just like living out all my orange lipstick dreams. And so yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's going to come up after this. And yeah, I'm going to try these out as well. And yeah, just really excited for this time of year and makeup. It really gets me feeling inspired and invigorated, and makeup just wears so much better on your face as it's not like boiling out. You can really have fun with a lot more depth, I find. So yeah, that's it for today. Toasty, let's take it away. I gotta get some B-roll footage of this guy whenever I bring him for the outro. So that's it for today. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps support the channel. And until next time, may you find yourselves a little bit of makeup magic, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, witches.